Awesome. All right. Well, I'm so happy to meet you. We've been looking forward to this for a few months. And I want to thank you so much for filling out the surveys that you filled out that gave us such incredible, inspiring answers, and the reason that we chose all 30 of you to be here today. So we are honored to welcome you to the Dream, Believe, Repeat program. And it's a program which we hope will help you guys stay in school and build a better life for yourselves by teaching you leadership skills. We'll talk a little bit more about leadership skills in the coming workshops. So since this is our first workshop together with me, I know you've had one with Farida, Sarah, and Moses and Kevin, I wanted to remind you of some very important values of the Dream, Believe, Repeat girls. Farida may have already spoken to you about these, but they are safety, no judgment, honesty, support, friendship, and courage for the sake of growth. You know, we all have fears. Like, I even have a fear every time that I speak in front of a group of girls. So maybe you might not think the material is interesting, but if we can't push through our fear, we won't ever grow. So we're all going to try to encourage everyone and champion each other. And this is the type of workshop where you're going to be asked to participate. So if I'm asking you to participate, just make sure that whoever's speaking, that we're really respectful and listening to her, and that we encourage her to get up and share her voice. Everybody agree? Does everybody agree? Yeah, cool. Can you guys hear me well? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I was looking at the results of the survey that 21 of you filled in, and I noticed that for the question, what are the top 3 things that I'm hoping to get out of the Dream, Believe, Repeat program? The number 1 was developing confidence. Number 2 was figuring out how to make my dreams a reality. 3, being part of a supportive community. So if you want to be part of a supportive community, you are in the right place, because Farida, Sarah, Moses, Kevin, and I, and all of your teachers who allowed us to come into your school, we're all here to support you. So just remember that. If you need something, you reach out to us and you ask us during the time that we're with each other. Okay. And so this first workshop is building confidence. And the more you participate, the more that you're going to get out of the workshop. You showed up, so go all the way to get the most value for yourself. Great. All right, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about me. And I worked in a big company for about 20 years, and now I have my own company, and I work for myself as a coach. So what is a coach? A coach helps people develop behaviors that help them get through challenging times. A coach teaches people how to become leaders and helps people identify and achieve goals, and helps people collaborate better. I grew up in America. I have 2 children that are no longer children. They're in their 20s now. My son lives in France and my daughter lives in the USA, and I live in Japan. So we have a 3-continent family, and these are some pictures that I took recently in Japan. So the first time I came to Rasinga Island was in 2018, and I was with my daughter, Romy. So Romy is on the left in that picture. And one thing that I wanted to tell you, I have a little story about Romy, who's now 22 years old. And Romy had a learning disability. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but basically her teachers and her doctors told us that she probably would never be able to go to university because she had problems reading, she had problems concentrating in class, she had what we call a learning disability. But instead of accepting what these people told us about her, we decided as a family to believe in her and to encourage her to believe in herself. So she studied and she worked hard and she did get into university. And now she's a teacher at 22 years old, and she's going to get a master's degree because she wants to become a counselor like Mrs. Onyango. And to pay for her school, because she's going back to school to get a bigger degree, she just started her own online clothing company. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because if you believe in yourself, and if you have even one person that believes in you, you can do anything. And we all believe in you. So now let's get to it. You've got your worksheets, and I'm sure you all have a pen and a paper. And I'm going to ask you to write down the answers to some important questions as we go along. So now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel today? So some of you might feel like sometimes you're confident, you're confident in some things, but in some things you're not. And maybe, and I saw that on the survey, some of you don't feel confident at all. So some of the girls in this room do not feel confident at all, because that's what they put on their survey. So I'd love someone to share, like maybe someone in the front row. How confident do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being I don't feel confident at all, and 10 being I feel so confident. Okay, so I see a lovely, beautiful girl on the right hand of my screen. Okay. So probably, I don't know if it's for you, it's on the left or the right. Anyway, does one of you want to share how confident do you feel?
You're confident. 6. You're saying 6. Can you say your name? Just speak up.
It's 6. I am Valerie.
Yeah.
What is your name? What's your name? Oh, I could not hear that.
She's Valerie. She's Valerie like you.
Are you kidding? That's such a beautiful name. Do people call you Val? Yeah. Cool. All right, 6. So on any given day, I'm probably a 6 too. Anyone else? Are there any like 10s in this group?
Anybody?
It's rare.
Anybody else?
It's rare to have a 10.
Anybody? Rare to have 10. Anybody? Can you speak?
I'm Loyola. 10.
10. Yeah. We have somebody with 10. Can you
Wow, that's incredible. Wait, who is that person?
Speak loud and say your name.
I'm Lolly. And I'm 10.
Wow, that's incredible. So like, let's ask her after this session, let's ask her how she became a 10, because I would love to know that for myself so that I can maybe do the same thing she's doing. Yeah, it's very, very, very rare. Amazing. So yeah, so write down that number, because at the end of this program, we're going to come back to that. And I'm going to ask you, did your number get higher over the weeks? Okay.
Wow.
Great.
In your worksheet, just write your genuine confidence level.
Yeah,
and
right.
Then after,
write the number.
You will know whether it has increased or not. Yeah. Andeka.
I wish we had a microphone, Moses. Anyway, tell me something you're working on. All right, so I would love someone to tell me their definition of confidence. What is confidence? Who wants to share? Like 3 or 4 people.
Yes, in camera.
Confidence is the quality of being certain to your ability
people, and your future.
Did you
Wow.
hear that?
Okay, kind of. Can you repeat it?
Repeat it.
Confidence is the quality of being certain to your ability, other people around you, and your future.
Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful definition of confidence. Amazing. Anybody else?
Someone else? Machela.
Hata kama uko nyuma.
And
Don't
anything,
be
don't
shy.
shy. Val, speak out.
Confidence is the ability to believe in yourself and to know that you can make it in life.
Yeah. Wow, amazing. Thanks, Val. Anybody else?
Come. Just say your name and speak loud.
I'm Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Confidence because the belief you have about yourself and what you think the type of person you are, the abilities, the positive and the negative things you have about yourself, and what you expect from your future.
Wow, I love that. I love that. It's like have a positive narrative about yourself, right? Is that what you said? I love that. Like I'm going to put that on my slide for the next cohort. Okay, and anybody else want to tell us what does anybody have like a different?
Machela. Yes, come. Just speak from there.
Speak from there.
Let me
say it, projecting your voice.
just speak.
A minute.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear that?
Wait, no. What did you say?
It's Farida.
Farida, what a beautiful name. I can't really hear. Farida, can you tell me? Farida Sarah.
Is the ability to approach difficulties.
Oh, yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Approach difficulties.
Yeah, ability to approach difficulties. That's a really good definition. Exactly. Great. All right. I'm going to share some more definitions of confidence. One is, knowing your goals, and one is having a strong mindset. And as you guys said, being able to overcome challenges. And also being able to motivate yourself. Like you wake up in the morning, you're tired, something bad happened the day before, but just saying, it's okay, I'm just going to push through this day and I'm going to attack this day, and being confident that you can push through that hard time. And having a plan also to achieve goals, which we're going to talk about in the next session. And also having a support system like you guys have here today. And why is confidence so important? So one of the reasons confidence is so important, we really like this, the way this activist and writer, her name is Brittany Packnett, how she defines confidence. And she says, confidence turns our most ambitious dreams into reality. It's the necessary spark. And it's the difference between being inspired and actually getting started, and the difference between trying versus doing something until it's done. And without confidence, we get stuck. And confidence doesn't compensate for lack of skill or hard work, but it helps amplify those qualities to take you further than you'd get without it. One example is like when you have a teacher standing in the front of the room who has a lot of confidence, it's easier to listen to that teacher than someone standing in front of the room that doesn't have a lot of confidence. Confidence helps people listen to you and listen to your ideas. And so one thing that you guys are going to learn about me is that I love science. And scientific research has been done on confidence, and it has been proven that confidence is more important than talent when it comes to having a successful career. And we're going to talk to you in other workshops about career plans. Confident people are more likely to overcome challenges. That doesn't mean studying and hard work are a waste of time. You need all three. You need knowledge, you need hard work, and you need confidence. And it can set you apart from others. You can have great ideas, but if you don't have the confidence to tell people about your ideas and influence people with your ideas, no one will ever know about them. So can anyone tell me somebody that they know that has like an example of somebody that has a lot of confidence? Like the person that I think of is Michelle Obama. Do you guys know who Michelle Obama is?
Yes.
Yeah, like she gets on a stage and she just like, she's very passionate in the way she speaks, and she draws people in with her ability to be confident and believe in herself. Who else has a great amount of confidence? And it
Anybody else?
could be
Anyone or-
somebody, yeah, could be somebody in your school, could be somebody that you know from the media, somebody in the government. I don't know.
My name is Estavelma, and for my research, I've got one person, that's Lupita Nyong.
Wait, okay, you guys, it's terrible because I can't hear you very well. So,
Please come.
Lupita Nyong'o.
oh, who's that?
It's make fun.
She's an actress. Like some.
Lupita
Oh,
Nyong'o.
Lupita. I love Lupita.
Yeah.
And she's Luo. She's Lua, right? Luo.
Yeah.
Yes, love, you're right. She's got a ton of confidence. Anybody else?
Anybody? Nyamachela. What better?
Yes, sema tu kwa sauti, yes.
Gladys Wanga.
Our governor Gladys Wanga.
I love Gladys. My dream is for Gladys to come to one of our workshops and teach us how to have confidence. Can someone write her a letter and tell her that I said that and get her in there? That would be so cool.
Careful, pa.
Valerie will lead.
We'll get her here.
There's-
We'll get her here.
Let's speak loud.
My name is Michelle. I'm saying my father.
Oh.
Your father. She's saying her father.
Or your father. Wow. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. And anybody like, and Farida, what does everybody think about Farida? Because I feel like Farida has a ton of confidence.
They are yet to discover me, so let's give them time.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah. So just like running is going to help build your muscles, confidence is a muscle that you need to build. Okay, but it can be built, and that's the good news. So how do you like get confidence? So today's workshop is going to give you a few different paths towards acquiring confidence in yourself, taking actions to help build it, as well as getting closer to understanding who you are and what you want to achieve. And that means we'll be talking about building your vision for yourself. And we'll also be talking about something that we call the inner critic and self-limiting beliefs and our special recipe for combating those. And we'll be covering how to best build your tribe. And I know that there's like 47 tribes in Kenya, but I'm talking about the girl tribe. And boys as well, people that are going to help you and support you. Okay. So the first tool we're going to cover is about having a vision for yourself. Confidence comes from knowing that you are on the right path, and it's important to have a strong vision for yourself and be clear about where you're going and what you want to achieve. And understanding your vision for yourself is important to helping you know what, why you're doing what you're doing, keeping you on track. So I'm going to give you permission in this first exercise for you to dream. Okay, I'm going to give you permission to dream. So if you are comfortable, I'd love you to sit back in your chair and close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And I'm going to ask, yeah, so just sit back in your chair and close your eyes if that's comfortable.
Close your eyes.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you, do you have a dream for yourself? Maybe there's a profession you'd like to do when you're a grown-up. Is there someone you admire and you think, like, when I'm older, I'd like to do what she does or what he does? If you have a dream, think about what that dream is. Okay, and I'm going to encourage you to dream big. Even little children have dreams. I think everybody has a dream. And dreams change throughout your life. So big goals aren't easy to achieve. So let's make sure that whatever it is that you're thinking of is something that takes hard work and commitment. And now write it down on the top of your paper. And we're going to
write about what you would like to be.
This is right answer to this. What is my agenda?
And we're going to call this your dream goal for the purpose of this workshop. And make sure it's clear and that you've written it down. Okay, and now I would love someone to share, like, who wants to share what their dream goal is?
I'd like to be a judge after finishing university.
Wow, cool. Is that Val?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. You want to be a judge. So yeah, you have to go to law school. Great. That's a great dream. And that's a hard dream. You know, you're going to need all the support that you can get. And who else has a dream?
Well,
You want to share?
Your name then.
My name is I want to be a life coach.
Well, I'll be
Okay, great. And so if you ever want to talk to a life coach, set it up with Moses and Farida Sarah, like a few minutes before one of these calls, and you can ask me questions about what that's like, which is a really good way to find out how to get to those things, how to achieve those goals, is to talk to somebody that's already doing that. Okay, anybody else? So we've got a life coach, we've got a judge. Anything else?
Loud.
My name is Shalene. I want to be one of the best journalists in the world.
One of the best what in the world?
Journalist. She wants to become a journalist.
Journal.
One of the best.
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. Great. I wanted to be a journalist too. Yeah, that was one of my dreams. Okay. Anybody else?
Anybody else? Anybody else? Speak loud. Say your name. Speak loud and say your name.
My name is Simigat. I want to be a nurse.
I want to be a nurse. Wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful career choice. The world needs nurses right now, and that's a very, very noble profession. Yeah, and you care for people. Most people that are nurses, have this very instinctual caring side of them. Yeah, anybody else?
Say your name and speak loud.
My name is Sonia Shimon. After my education, I like to be a teacher.
Teacher.
Yes. Teacher Odera. Another person. Esther Osodo wants to be a lawyer.
Wow, okay. Great. Yeah, my mom wanted me to be a lawyer. Sometimes our parents have dreams for us, but it's really important to choose your own dream, and to do what you want to do and what fills your heart with joy. Great. All right, so I'm going to move on. Those are great dreams. And now I'm going to ask you to close your eyes again, if that's comfortable for you. And yeah, sit back and relax. And we want you to journey forward to sometime in the future when everything has worked out just the way you planned it. Think about the day or the moment when you've reached your goal. You've achieved what you set out to achieve. And really, this is about dreaming, so allow yourself to do that and listen to the questions that I'm going to ask you. So what does it feel like when you've achieved this dream? What's it like here? Maybe you've just gotten your diploma and you've become a lawyer, you've passed the bar exam to become a lawyer, or you just got your first internship to be a nurse, or you've passed your first exam to be a life coach, or you're in front of a class of students on your first day as a teacher. What does it feel like when you've achieved this? And then think, what does my life look like now? Who is surrounding me and celebrating with me? Who's cheering you on? And what impact am I having on myself and others? What are people saying about me? What do I know now that I didn't know before? And what have I learned? So now I'd love to invite you to take out your pen and your worksheets where all of those questions are, and just take a few minutes to fill in the answers, the things that you saw in your mind about that future moment of when you have achieved your dreams. And we're going to be really patient, and maybe I'll even play some music. There ain't no gold that I've been washing my hands in forever. So in the waters, but I can't bring myself to swim when I am drowning.
Different. Who feel me? What the pain? What does it feel like when I have achieved that? Kisebedo doctor, Kisebedo journalist, Kisebedo judge. What does that feel? What is it like to hear? Like here, what does my life look like now? You are a judge. For your life shall not. No. Who is surrounding me and celebrating with me? You are a judge. You are a teacher. Are you a teacher? Are you any students, teachers, your fellow teachers? You must surround. You must celebrate Cody.
How's it going? Maybe I can help them talk through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So, I'm going to go to the screen. Great. All right. So, yeah, so this isn't a test. It's just about trying to be able to visualize something for yourself. So yeah, who's having trouble filling that paper in? Nobody, because they're all very concentrated.
Which question are you not comfortable answering? You're good, eh? You're good.
Full
All
comfortable.
of you.
Yeah,
Okay,
with all
let's
questions.
send them.
So.
Who am I being? What are people saying about me? It's not a question about your present, but about your future. Now that you have achieved that career that you are longing for right now, how is it changing your life? In your future now, you are now in your future. What are people saying about you? Now that you are a teacher teaching maths and physics.
I want to ask something, which is, do you guys ever think about your future?
That's your question.
Yeah, do you guys ever think about your future? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, we know that.
I mean, I think when I was 15, 16, 17 years old, I didn't really think very much about my future, but I kind of wish somebody had asked me to think about my future, because I ended up going down a bunch of paths which might not have been the right path. And if I had been asked to think more about my future, I wouldn't have wasted as much time as I did finding out what I really wanted to do. So, yeah. So does anyone, want to share like what that was like to think about?
Anyone who would like to share? Yes, Val wants to share.
Yeah, like was that hard? Oh, Val wants to share. Here we go, Val.
In my case, if I've achieved, I'll help my family and my wealth. I'll build an orphanage to help the orphans and to educate girls that are out of school due to school fees.
Wow. Yeah, wow, that's an amazing, amazing. I really, really hope that you are able to do all of that. That's incredible. Yeah, it's great that you were able to project yourself in the future to not only help yourself, but to help other people. Right? Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Like, was that hard to think of your future? Or was that easy? Like some people, they know what they want to do and it's easy for them to project.
You're also allowed to say it's not easy to think of my future. It's not an offense, okay?
Yeah.
If you're having hard to think of your future, if you're finding it hard, please, it's not an offense. Feel free to say, so who else will tell us how this exercise is like? Whether it's hard, easy, not so easy, not so hard. Who else? Yes.
Come on.
I'd like to be a doctor, and after achieving my dream, it feels like it's not so fantastic helping others, helping the needy, and those are surrounding me, those will be celebrating me and my family members, and people will see me as God sending because I'll be ready to help the sick.
Family real. Well, little fun.
Really beautiful. Thank you so much. Anybody else before we move on?
This side. Marcella?
Guys at the back, you want to say something?
Somebody to speak from this side. A teacher, can you come and tell us? Okay, somebody. Just speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
Yes. It feels so good when I achieve my dream of becoming a nurse, and I'd like to treat others equally without no corruption. Thank you.
Amazing. Okay. So
Yeah, we have one more.
more? Okay.
Odila Sharon Achim. I said that I'd like to be a teacher. I'd like to teach students in order to gain knowledge that they do not deserve.
Wow, great. Amazing. What I want to say about you guys is that you seem to have a lot of confidence because normally it takes us a long time to get people talking on the first workshop. So thank you so much for, yeah, I really want to applaud all of you because you're coming to the camera and you're speaking up. So yeah, so now you should have a vision of what achieving your dream goal looks like, I hope. And think about it tonight and think about it tomorrow and keep thinking about it for the rest of your life because we all have goals and dreams throughout our lifetime. And so this dream goal is going to be like your North Star, and you can use it to help guide you towards whatever it is you want to achieve. Because as you all know very well, life is full of challenges. It's less like a smooth path and more like a bumpy road, you know? And sometimes circumstances in life can push you off the track of achieving your dream. But if you ever veer off the track, remember your dream goal and why it's important to you. And it should help you get back on the right path so that you continue to work towards what you want to achieve. And that's why it's really important to write it down and have it somewhere that you can refer back to, especially when challenges arise, so you can easily access it. Remember, it's always available to you. So keep these worksheets and look back on them from time to time. So it's easy to say to you that all you need to do to create your vision is all you need to do is create your vision, but a big part of the puzzle that usually gets in the way of your ability to do that is self-doubt. And one way to start building your confidence is to notice what's in the way, what's stopping you from taking the steps you need to take towards your goals. What is the self-doubt that's there and how can you manage it? You know, so self-doubt comes from, and every single person on this earth, including me and Rihanna and Farida Sarah and Michelle Obama, we all have self-doubt. It's the voice that we call our inner critic or our gremlins, and they can really like sabotage our plans to reach our dream goals. So it's like a voice that tells us not to be courageous because we're not good enough, or we're going to embarrass ourselves, or whatever it is we're working on isn't perfect, so we shouldn't hand it in. And so on and so on and so on. And the goal of that inner critic is to keep us safe. Like, don't take risks. Don't put your hand up in class, because if you get the correct question wrong, people are going to laugh at you, right? What else do your inner critics tell you?
Well, your inner critic, something which discourages you.
Yeah, what are some, like when I say that, like it doesn't have to be called an inner critic. It can just be called like the voice in your head, the negative voice in your head. Does anybody have an example of something that you wanted to do and that inner voice was like, don't do that?
I want to answer a question, but my inner critic says that it will be wrong.
Speak louder, Farah.
I wanted to answer a question, but my inner critic told me that it will be wrong, so I just kept quiet.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? Girls do better in all girls schools. They do better academically in all girls schools because traditionally it's hard for girls to speak in front of boys. And that's not just in Kenya, that's all over the world. So yeah, you think that the boy is going to judge you, or, you know, sometimes we think we're not as smart as boys, or it could be something like that. Yeah, anybody else have an example?
Another example of inner critic.
Can I tell you one? Yes. But I cannot get a straight A in mathematics. So I'll stop working hard in mathematics. Is that true? Yes. You've always thought that. That's an inner critic. So things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I'll tell you guys something. When I was working for that company and I was really hated my job, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to become a coach and leave my job. And my mom said to me, that's the dumbest idea you ever had. So sometimes it's not just a voice in your head, it's somebody that you know that says that you can't do something. And let me tell you that if I had listened to that, we would not be on this call today. And I would not be doing a job that I absolutely love doing every day. So yeah, don't ever let anybody else's voice become your inner critic. Yeah, anybody else want to talk about that before, because I have a little recipe to combat the inner critic. We can, yeah, so
What voice might discourage you from
Do you have another one?
Dual Majasen.
Yeah.
Majasen. Dual
Val has
Majasen.
something, eh?
Masen.
Val has something.
Yeah.
You can be shy of your dressing code. Maybe you think that someone will laugh at you the way you dress. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not courageous enough, I don't have what it takes, like all these things that we hear all the time. So the first step in combating those is just to catch that thought. You know, like you want to do something and your brain is telling you something else. It's just to notice it. You know, this is happening, and that's just a voice. And sometimes it's a lot about fear, you know, like pushing through that fear. And what I would love for you to do at the when we're done with the workshop, after the workshop, is write down like all of the things that your inner critic says to you, you know. And some of us have many, many different inner critics in our minds. Okay, but it's only one voice and you have a choice. So the first step is to recognize and acknowledge the voice of the inner critic. And the second step is to notice that this is only one voice and we have the choice of whether we want to listen to it or whether we want to choose another voice. So what is that other voice? And I like to call that our inner leader. And it's the voice that counters your inner critic.
So it is the opposite of the inner critic, something which encourages you.
Yes. So, and one of the ways to help you visualize, and because I'd love to help you connect with your inner leader, is to think about 20 years from now. Like you guys are 18 years old, 16, 17, 18 years old. Think about when you're 35, 36, 37, 38 years old. So 20 years ahead, you know, and if you had a chance to tell your girl self something, you know, what would that message be? Would that message be something like, you can do this, push through this, you are smart enough, don't listen to those people, you know, think of some of the voices, the other voices that you can listen to. And I also love to have an actual person. If you can think of a person that's inspiring for you, like someone that has always told you nice things, has always championed you. It could be a teacher. It could be your grandmother or your mother or your father. It could be the voice of, like, mine is Michelle Obama again. Like when I'm about to speak in front of a group of people and I'm say, you know, they're going to think I'm stupid, I hear Michelle Obama in my head going, you can do this. So yeah, who is someone that I'd love a few of you to share, like who is the person that's always been championing you and telling you that you can do things?
Have you heard that? Somebody to say. Speak it loud.
My aunt.
Your mom?
Aunt.
Your aunt, your auntie. Great. Anybody else have an example or an example of like a powerful person?
My mom.
Your mom? And why? Yeah, what kind of things does your mom tell you?
And my report says I've got a good result. She asks me what I want to do in life, and then I tell her. Then she tells me that, keep it on, my girl, you can do it.
Great.
So
Yeah.
basically, the mom keeps track of her performances by always checking on her academic reports.
Wow.
That's inspiring.
Cool. So she's following you and she's supporting you and she's making sure you stay on track. Yeah. Does anybody have difficulty finding an inner leader? Because the purpose of that is so that when that inner critic comes up, you're able to replace that thought with the voice of this supportive person or being. Yeah. Is anyone have any difficulty?
Anyone having a problem? That is what she's asking.
Okay, girls. All right, so yeah, let's keep that in mind. And we're gonna go on to the last part. Yeah, and on your worksheet, there are these questions. What's the voice of your inner leader? What are their inspiring, supportive messages? What does tapping into your inner leader feel like? What's the mantra you could have that connects you quickly to your inner leader? So mine is never give up, and you can do this. And so whenever I'm nervous about something, I just repeat those words in my mind. Okay. Now, our last,
Mantra.
what?
Always never give up.
Never give
So
up.
you said on the word mantra.
What does the word mantra mean? Yeah, so do you guys know what that word means? No? No? Okay, it's something that, it's like a phrase that you can repeat to yourself. And it's kind of like, do you know the word motto?
Yes.
Motto? So it's like it's like motto, like Farida, do you have a motto or a mantra? I'm sure you have one. What's yours?
Mine is like that one, Obama. Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Courage, I just remind myself that yes, I can. And it encourages me to do whatever I wanted to do. Okay. So you should also have a thought that encourages you, gives you energy.
Right. Yeah, great. Good example. And Moses, what's yours?
Mine is in everything, with God, everything is possible.
I knew you were going to say that. It's like he's a very spiritual man, that Moses. He really believes that, I mean, I'm putting words in your mouth, Moses, so correct me correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you believe that God is literally with you, like holding your hand every day and helping you, right? Yeah, so that's like what gets Moses through those days, through the day. Cool. All right, so our last, what?
Well,
Yeah,
Sister can share with us a mantra.
great. I'd love to hear some.
Hi.
Cynthia, how are you? Good to see you. What's yours?
Mine, everything is possible. Before God, everything is possible before God. Everything is also possible with hard work.
With hard work. Yeah, that's a great one. That's such a great one. So I think you guys, you girls are getting this. Anybody want to tell us, do you have a mantra? Or did you think of one just now?
Mine
Mine is never be pessimistic in life.
Never be what?
Pessimistic. Be hopeless in life.
Never be hopeless. There's always hope. Yeah, that's a great one. Anybody else?
Hard work pays.
hard work
Hard
pays.
work pays.
Hard work pays. These are all amazing. Yeah. Anybody?
Hard work breaks no bone. No bone.
Hard work breaks no bones.
Cool.
Forward ever, backward never.
I love that one. Forward never, backward never. Love that. Awesome. Anything else?
Those are the mic. You want to say something?
Mano signature, Mar. Yes? Knowledge is power.
Knowledge.
Another is we should be doing them like this. Sure.
You? Education is the key to success in life. Learning today, tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah, those are all really good. Great. All right, so I'm gonna go on to our last section, which is something that is, I like to call the heliotropic effect, which is a very fancy way just to talk about sunflowers. I don't know if you guys have sunflowers on Rusinga Island. I don't think I saw any there. But sunflowers turn towards the light. And like when the sun rises, they're facing one direction. And then when the sun goes down, the sunflower kind of follows that sun through the day. And it turns out that human beings also turn towards the light. Words, praise, and feedback makes us better. And research has shown that what sets successful kids apart, what sets successful young people apart from young people that struggle academically is that ones that have at least one person who champions them and believes in them and is a constant throughout their childhood. So remember that the first person you go to with good news is going to determine how you code it, with pride, or will you give up? So imagine you're excited about something. You know, you got a really good grade on a paper, for example, you've achieved something, and you tell someone about it, and they have like a negative reaction, like, yeah, so what? So I could do that, so no big deal. Or you walk in and you say your mom, I got an A on this paper. And your mom is like, amazing, I'm so proud of you. You know, make sure that you are going with your good news to someone that is going to help you celebrate with you. Choose that person wisely. And what we like to talk about, what we want to talk to you about is your girl tribe. So your girl tribe members should help you be a better person and have qualities you value, like maybe they're kind or positive or smart or funny. And the reason I say this is because you will be shaped by your girl tribe. We're all shaped by our friends and the people that we spend time with. So make sure that the people that you are spending time with, you can be proud of. And what are the qualities think about what are the qualities that you look for in a friend. And I also want to say, keep your eyes open for people that might need a tribe. And maybe you can demonstrate your leadership and compassion, but by inviting them to join your girl tribe. And I am specifically talking about the girl who is standing on her own in the classroom, or on her own during the recreation period, someone that is alone. Leaders are going to go over to that person and ask them to be in their girl tribe, and they're going to reach out and help. And that is what leaders do throughout time. Leaders, Jesus, Nelson Mandela, I can give you a million other examples. Leaders help others. So the bottom line is you need to be creating opportunities to feel confident, and helping other people is a really great way to do that. So who's your go-to person, and how do you feel about your tribe? Is there someone that you'd like to add to your tribe? Is there someone that's not a positive influence for you? So between now and the next time, coaching is about, it actually happens in between the workshops. So between now and the next time, I want you guys to think really hard about who the people are that you're spending time with. Are they people that are lifting you up? Are they people that are bringing you down? You know, do you want to make some adjustments? Do you want to add someone? Do you want to subtract someone? Think about who the members of your tribe are, and who you want to be surrounded by. Great. So next time, we're going to be talking about how to build a detailed action plan. We're going to take that dream goal and we're going to work on the steps that you need to take to achieve that dream goal. We're going to talk about obstacles, strategies, learnings, and we're going to put it all in one document that you can look back on. Yeah, so now, does anyone have any questions?
Question? Anybody with any question? Valerie.
About
Rosie.
anything, about anything.
Huh? Yes, now you can.
Question? Do you have one? Any question? Think about it. Huh?
Anything that was not clear. Did you understand what a girl tribe is?
Beno winje? Girl tribe.
You can ask.
Yeah.
Group moro
Or does anyone have any questions about anything that we spoke about? Or
question. Penjo mana pal question kende ya. Penjo kara kita lupa buru win.
what are you
They don't have any question.
one question? They're like, can we eat our snack and get out?
Yeah, they can take their snacks. Maduru-san.
But I think they're going to be thinking of the questions. They may ask them before we end the session.
Okay. Yeah, any comments? Was that a helpful session? Did you guys think, yeah, what did you guys think about that?
Feedback. Yes.
Feedback from the session.
Positive or negative? We're very happy to hear negative feedback as well, because negative feedback makes us better. So, depending on how it's delivered. Yeah, anybody want to say anything? No?
Michelle? Yes, that is tell her loudly.
Say it loud.
My name is
Michelle?
I enjoyed everything.
She enjoyed everything, every bit of the workshop.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Yeah.
Feedback.
Val,
Yeah,
speak.
it's for me, can say thank you. I've learned new things. This
Yeah.
workshop.
Cool. Well,
That's good.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of you guys. I know that Kevin is gonna put together a face document so I can see your faces and your names and I can get to know you. It's hard through the computer screen. And yeah, looking forward to that. And thank you so much for participating, especially Val, who did participate quite a lot today. All right. So yeah, so maybe we end with a song. Moses, what do you think? Time?
Which song do you like?
What?
Which song? Which song? Huh? Which one?
Say any title.
Any. Huh? Huh? Which one? Song. Repeat the one you started with.
Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikayalami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana.
Okay, so talk about ruining my affecting my confidence. You're all laughing at me. I'm dancing and you're laughing at me. Thank you very much. I can't dance like you guys. Bye, you guys. Have a great evening. Talk to you. Bye, Frida, Sarah. Bye, Moses. Bye, Kevin.
Bye. Bye.
See you later. Bye.
I see you.
Wow.